Okay, so let's get right into it. Every time you walk into a grocery store, what you see, well, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, there is an invisible battle being fought every single day. And it's a battle that determines not just the price of our food, but whether it's even available at all.
You might be thinking, a virus on the other side of the world? What does that have to do with me? Well, the answer is pretty much everything. Our global food system is so tightly connected that a disease on one farm can send shockwaves that you'll feel right at the dinner table. So today, we're going to take you to the front lines of that fight.
We are going to pull back the curtain on this whole thing, using some really cutting-edge research from the world's top veterinary experts. We're going to see exactly how they're fighting to keep our food supply stable and sustainable for all of us.
Now, to really get what this battle is all about, we first have to understand the battlefield itself, the modern swine industry. And trust me, this isn't just about old McDonald's farm. This is a massive, high-stakes global operation with some pretty huge responsibilities.
I mean, think about it. Farmers today are juggling all of this at once. They are literally on the front lines, fighting off new and old diseases, all while having to meet tougher standards for the environment and for animal welfare. And their success? That's what keeps food on the shelves for a growing world population.
And that's the thing you've got to remember. This is not just some isolated farming issue. When there's a crisis on a single farm, it creates ripples that go through the entire supply chain. The stakes are just incredibly high, not just for the farmers or the animals, but for every single one of us.
So, who are the bad guys in this story? We're talking about these invisible viral enemies. They're highly contagious, they're incredibly effective, and they threaten to bring the whole system crashing down.
Public enemy number one is a virus called African swine fever, or ASF for short. The research calls it a highly lethal viral disease. And since it popped back up in Asia in 2018, it has had a huge, devastating impact on the entire global industry.
So what's so terrifying about this number? In domestic pigs, the mortality rate of ASF is nearly 100%. Let that sink in. It is so deadly, it can cause a total wipeout, leaving almost no survivors in a herd.
For years, a huge question was, how does it spread so darn fast? Well, now we know. And it's pretty scary. It's airborne. This discovery changes everything we thought we knew about biosecurity. The virus can literally just be carried on the wind.
Okay, look at this case study, because it shows you just how sneaky this virus is. You've got two completely separate rooms. Room A has infected pigs. For almost 2 weeks, Room B is totally fine. But then, look what happens. By day 15, the virus is detected in the air of the healthy room, and just 3 days later, it's too late. The pigs are sick. That's the terrifying speed we're talking about.
And how far did it travel? 10 meters. Just floating through the air from one building to the next. That single number shows you what an immense challenge they're up against. And ASF isn't even the only threat out there. Another major disease, PRRS, causes absolutely staggering economic damage. We're talking an estimated 1.2 billion dollars in losses every single year. That's just a mind-boggling amount of money. So how in the world do you fight these things? For decades, the answer was often just more antibiotics. But the industry is making a massive pivot, moving toward a future that doesn't just rely on them anymore.
Yeah, the old playbook was pretty reactive, using antibiotics almost like a safety blanket. The new way is so much smarter. It's all about integrated health management, using a whole toolbox of different strategies to make the animals more resilient from the start. And this isn't some fringe idea either. As one research team put it, this has become a common global goal. The entire world is moving in this direction, searching for a smarter, more sustainable path forward. And just look at this new arsenal. The innovation here is just incredible. It's pulling from both nature and science. We've got probiotics to improve gut health, things like essential oils from thyme and oregano, powerful yeast extracts, and of course, super advanced next-gen vaccines. It's all about strengthening the animal's defenses from the inside out. And this whole new strategy is getting a massive boost from technology. We're talking about a tech revolution that's turning the farm itself into this highly efficient, super secure environment. Okay, this right here, this is a potential game changer. Seriously, using gene editing, scientists have actually developed a pig that is resistant to that devastating PRRS virus. And the really big news is that the US FDA has found it to be safe and effective. We're talking about a future where we could literally edit a disease right out of existence.
You know, when a disease breaks out, speed is everything. And these new diagnostic tools are incredible. They let vets test for multiple major viruses, like ASF, all at the same time and get results in under 2 hours. That kind of speed can be the difference between a small, contained problem and a full-blown crisis.
And that tech goes right into the farmer's pocket. There are now apps that give farmers instant access to their entire biosecurity plan if a disease is detected. It literally puts a crisis response plan right in their hands, helping them control the spread and keep their business going.
So, when you put all of this together, the new strategies, the new science, the cutting-edge technology, what does the future of this industry and really our food supply actually look like? Well, for one, it looks a whole lot healthier and way more sustainable. And the benefits go beyond just fighting diseases. Look at Japan, for example. Advanced genetics are leading to pigs that produce over 10% lower greenhouse gas emissions and use almost 10% less land. That is a powerful one-two punch for sustainability, producing more with a much smaller footprint.
So really, the mission here is crystal clear. It's about combining the best of science, the latest technology, and genuine animal care, all working together for one single goal: building a food supply that is secure and sustainable for generations to come.
You know, this ongoing, invisible battle is truly one of the most critical challenges of our time. And with the world's population continuing to climb, the big question remains: will this incredible fusion of science and farming be enough to win and to keep our food supplies secure for the future? That's definitely something we're thinking about.